Do your legs feel heavy, weak, or unreliable after just a few minutes of standing or walking? Maybe you find yourself constantly looking for a place to sit down, leaning forward on a shopping cart for relief, or avoiding activities you used to enjoy because your legs simply don't have the strength or endurance they once did. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many people with lumbar stenosis assume their decline is something they have to accept. Maybe you've tried walking through the pain, stretching your hamstrings, spending more time resting in bed, or relying mostly on passive treatments, only to find that your walking distance still isn't improving and your legs still feel weak and heavy. After treating many patients with lumbar stenosis, I found that one of the biggest predictors of how well someone walks isn't just the stenosis itself. It's the strength of the muscles supporting them every step of the way. Stronger legs lead to longer walks. In this video, I'll take you through 5 safe and effective exercises designed specifically for lumbar stenosis. These exercises focus on strengthening the glutes, thighs, and legs that support your mobility, helping you improve balance, build walking endurance, and help you feel more stable and confident on your feet. Be sure to watch all 5 exercises because each one builds on the previous one to create a complete strength building program. And pay special attention to exercise number 3. It's a simple movement you can do almost anywhere that can help give your legs an extra boost when you're heading for a long walk. Hi, I'm Dr. Kevin Wafer, a chiropractor in Houston, Texas. In a moment, I'll walk you through these 5 exercises. But first, I want to explain why rebuilding leg strength is so important if you have lumbar spinal stenosis. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make is accepting weaker legs as an inevitable part of the condition. The problem is that weakness tends to create a vicious cycle. As your legs become weaker, walking becomes more difficult. As walking becomes more difficult, you become less active. And the less active you become, the weaker your muscles get. Over time, that can lead to shorter walking distances, poor balance, greater reliance on a cane or a walker, and a loss of confidence in your ability to stay active and independent. That's why it's so important to address weakness early rather than waiting for it to become a bigger problem. Over the last 16 years in practice, I've helped hundreds of patients dealing with back pain, leg pain, and mobility problems related to lumbar spinal stenosis. And one thing I've seen over and over again is that patients who focus on rebuilding strength often regain confidence in their walking, improve their endurance, and become more capable in their daily activities. That's why the exercises you're about to learn are so important. Remember, stronger legs lead to longer walks. At the same time, it's important to remember that rebuilding strength doesn't replace treating the underlying spinal stenosis. The best results often come from addressing both sides of the problem, improving the health and the function of the spine while rebuilding the strength needed to support walking and daily activities. Chiropractic care and non-surgical spinal decompression can help improve spinal mobility and create more space around irritated nerves, making it easier to stay active and continue building strength. I have other videos on my channel that help explain these topics in much more detail. I'll place links in the description below. The first exercise is the dead bug. Most people think rebuilding strength starts with the legs, but in patients with lumbar stenosis, poor core stability often makes walking more difficult and less efficient. Before we strengthen the legs, we need to create a stable foundation. Start by laying flat on the back on a firm surface. Bend your knees and hips to 90 degrees so your knees are directly over your hips. Raise both arms straight up towards the ceiling. From this position, move your right arm behind your head while moving your left leg towards the floor. Only lower as far as you can while keeping your lower back comfortably supported against the surface. Then return to the starting position and repeat on the opposite side. Move slowly and with control. This is not a speed exercise. The goal is to keep your trunk stable while your arms and legs move. Perform 10 repetitions per side, rest if needed, then as you get stronger, work up to 3 sets. As you're doing this exercise, you should feel your abdominal muscles working to stabilize your body. You should not feel strain in your neck or increased pain shooting down your leg. If you notice your lower back arching excessively, shorten the range of motion and focus on maintaining control. This exercise helps strengthen the deep muscles that support your spine and pelvis. When those muscles are stronger, your body has a more stable base for standing, walking, and maintaining balance. Stronger legs lead to longer walks, and those legs need a stable foundation to build from. The second exercise is the wall squat. One of the biggest frustrations I hear from patients with lumbar stenosis is their legs feel tired, weak, or heavy long before they want to stop walking. This exercise helps target those muscles directly. Start by standing with your head, shoulders, and back flat against a wall. Walk your feet forward about 18 to 24 inches away from the wall and position them hip width apart. Carefully slide your back down the wall as if you're sitting down into a chair. Lower yourself to a comfortable position. Do not go past 90 degrees in your knees. Keep your knees aligned over your ankles and avoid letting them move out in front of your toes. Hold this position for 10 seconds while breathing normally. Then press through your heels and carefully slide back up the wall to the starting position. Start with 10 repetitions. As your strength and stability improve, gradually increase your reps until you're able to complete 3 sets. As you're doing this exercise, you should feel the muscles in the front of your thighs and your glutes working. You may notice muscle fatigue, but you should not feel sharp pain in your knees, hips, or lower back. If the exercise feels too difficult, don't slide down as far. In my clinical experience, patients who have difficulty walking for longer periods frequently also have noticeable weakness in their thigh muscles. These muscles help absorb force, support balance, and keep you moving efficiently when you're on your feet. The stronger these muscles become, the easier it is to tolerate standing and walking for longer periods. Stronger legs lead to longer walks. The third exercise is the sit to stand. This is one of my favorite exercises for people with lumbar stenosis because it directly trains a movement you perform every single day. Think about how many times you stand up from a chair, get out of a car, or rise from the dinner table. If those movements have become difficult, this exercise can help. Start by sitting near the front edge of a sturdy chair. Place your feet flat on the floor around hip width apart and with your feet slightly behind your knees. From this position, lean your torso slightly forward from your hips. This forward position is often more comfortable for people with lumbar stenosis because it can help create a little more space around the nerves. Press through your heels and stand up until you're fully upright. Pause for 1 second at the top, then slowly lower yourself back down to the chair with control. Try not to drop or flop into the seat. If needed, you can use the armrest of the chair for assistance when first starting out. Perform 10 repetitions, rest if needed, then as you get stronger and more stable, gradually work your way up to 3 sets. As you're doing this exercise, you should feel the muscles in your thighs, hips, and glutes working together. You should not feel sharp pain shooting down your legs. If the movement feels difficult, that's okay. Many patients with lumbar stenosis are surprised by how challenging this first exercise can be. One thing I notice frequently in practice is that patients who struggle getting out of a chair often struggle with walking endurance as well. Both activities depend on strong, coordinated leg muscles. This exercise builds the type of functional strength that carries over into everyday life. Standing up becomes easier, balance often improves, walking tends to feel more controlled and confident. Stronger legs lead to longer walks. The fourth exercise is the chair-assisted glute kickback. By this point, you've already started building core stability, thigh strength, and functional strength. Now we're going to focus on one of the most important muscle groups for walking, balance, and stability, your glute muscles. Many people with lumbar stenosis spend less time walking because of pain, leg heaviness, and fatigue. Over time, the glute muscles can become weaker, making it harder to stay steady on your feet and increasing the effort required to walk even short distances. Start by standing behind a sturdy chair or a kitchen counter. Hold on with both hands for balance. Lean your torso slightly forward and keep your standing knees slightly bent. From this position, slowly extend one leg straight behind you. Focus on squeezing the glute muscles to move the leg. Avoid arching your lower back or leaning your body forward as the leg moves. Hold the position for 2 seconds at the top of the movement, then slowly return your foot to the floor. Perform 10 repetitions on one leg, then perform 10 repetitions on the other leg. Rest if needed, then as you get more stronger and more stable, gradually work your way up to 3 sets. As you're performing this exercise, you should feel the muscles in your buttocks working. You should not feel excessive strain in your lower back. If you feel yourself swinging the leg or using momentum, slow down and focus on muscle control. One thing I frequently notice in patients with lumbar stenosis is that balance often improves when glute strength improves. These muscles play a major role in stabilizing your pelvis and controlling your body when you're standing on one leg during walking. As those muscles become stronger, walking often feels more stable and requires less effort. Stronger legs lead to longer walks. The fifth exercise is the step up. This exercise brings together many of the things we've been working on throughout this routine. It challenges your leg strength, balance, coordination, and endurance, and a movement pattern that closely resembles real life. Think about how often you need to step up onto a curb, climb a stair, or navigate uneven ground. If those activities become more difficult because lumbar spinal stenosis, This exercise can help you rebuild the strength and confidence needed to perform them more comfortably. Start by standing in front of a low exercise step or the bottom step of a staircase. Make sure there's a wall, handrail, or sturdy surface nearby for safety. Place your entire right foot on the step, press firmly through the right heel, and lift your body up until the right leg is straight. Bring your left foot up to the step beside your right foot. Then step back down with your left foot first, followed by your right foot. Throughout the movement, keep your torso slightly forward. Many patients with lumbar stenosis find this position more comfortable because it can help reduce pressure on the nerves. Perform 10 repetitions leading with the right leg, then perform 10 repetitions leading with the left leg. Rest if needed, then as you get stronger and more stable, gradually work your way up to 3 sets. As you're doing this exercise, you should feel your thighs, glutes, and hips working together. You should not feel sharp pain shooting down your leg. If your balance feels unsteady, use the handrail or wall for additional support. Over the years, I found that patients are often surprised by how much easier everyday activities become when they improve their stepping strength. Climbing stairs becomes more manageable. Walking on uneven surfaces feels less intimidating. Confidence begins to return. This exercise closely mimics the demands placed on your body during walking, which is one reason it's such a valuable addition to this lumbar stenosis exercise program. Stronger legs lead to longer walks. Today we covered 5 exercises that can help rebuild strength if you have lumbar spinal stenosis. We started with the dead bug to improve core stability, then moved into wall squats, sit to stand, chair-assisted glute kickbacks, and step-ups. Together, these exercises target the core, glutes, thighs, balance, and functional strength needed to help you walk further, feel more stable, and move with greater confidence. If you followed along with these exercises, which one stands out the most to you? The dead bug for improving stability and control, or the step up for building strength and walking endurance? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and share it with someone else dealing with lumbar spinal stenosis, leg weakness, leg heaviness, or difficulty walking. It may help them discover a safe way to stay active and maintain their independence. And remember to subscribe if you want simple exercises and proven tips to help you feel better, move better, and stay pain-free. Now, if you'd like to learn how to use non-surgical spinal decompression to help treat lumbar stenosis, click on this video next. I'll show you how this treatment can help create more space around compressed nerves and explain how we've helped hundreds of patients reduce leg pain, improve walking tolerance, and get back to doing more of their activities they enjoy. Go watch this video next.